Why does your gut make decisions your brain never approved? Inside your digestive tract sits a second nervous system, 500 million neurons producing 95% of running its own risk assessments and sending signals to your brain that shape your mood, cravings, and anxiety levels every single day. This isn't intuition. It's biology. And once you understand how the gut-brain axis works, you'll never think about your emotions the same way again. Before I continue, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends so more people can discover this content. I'm on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, please subscribe. Every single one counts and helps this channel grow. Right now, as you watch this, there are decisions being made inside your body that your brain knows nothing about. Not your heart, not your lungs, your gut. The gut has its own nervous system, completely separate from your brain, with around 500 million neurons lining your digestive tract. It can sense, process, and respond to the world entirely on its own. Scientists call it the enteric nervous system. Most people call it intuition. But what's actually happening is far stranger and far more important than a gut feeling. When we talk about the nervous system, most of us picture the brain and spinal cord. That's the central nervous system, command central. But your body has a second network running parallel to it. The enteric nervous system wraps around your entire digestive tract from your esophagus all the way down. It manages digestion, monitors what you eat, detects threats, and regulates blood flow, all without waiting for instructions from above. In fact, 90% of the signals traveling between your gut and your brain go upward, from gut to brain, not the other way around. Your brain is largely listening to your gut. To put that neuron count in perspective, 500 million is more than your spinal cord contains. It's enough neural architecture to qualify as its own brain, which is exactly why scientists gave it that name. And like the brain, it uses neurotransmitters. Dopamine, gamma-aminobutyric acid, and most strikingly, serotonin, the molecule strongly linked to mood, emotional stability, and feelings of well-being. Here's what most people don't know. Roughly 90 to 95% of the body's total serotonin is produced in the gut, not the brain. So, when we talk about serotonin and mood, we're mostly talking about something manufactured in your digestive system. The main communication line between gut and brain is the vagus nerve, a long, wandering cable running from your brainstem down through your chest and into your abdomen. This nerve is constantly transmitting signals in both directions, but the flow is heavily weighted toward the brain. Your gut is essentially narrating your internal state to your brain in real time. Hunger, fullness, discomfort, inflammation, chemical balance. When something's wrong in the gut, that signal travels upward, which is one reason why people with gut disorders like irritable bowel syndrome consistently show higher rates of anxiety and depression. The gut is broadcasting distress, and the brain picks it up. Now add another layer. Living inside your gut is a community of trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, viruses, collectively called the microbiome. These organisms don't just help you digest food. They produce neurotransmitters, regulate immune responses, and directly influence how your gut communicates with your brain. Studies in both animals and humans have found that disrupting the microbiome through antibiotics, poor diet, or chronic stress can produce measurable changes in mood and behavior. Restore the microbiome, and those changes can reverse. The research is still developing, but the direction is clear. What lives in your gut has a stake in how you feel. So here's the uncomfortable question this raises. How many of your decisions are actually yours? When you crave sugar, is that a preference? Or your gut microbiome signaling for the nutrients it needs to survive? When you feel anxious before a stressful event, how much of that is emotional, and how much is your gut nervous system running its own risk assessment? The honest answer is, we don't fully know yet. But we do know the gut isn't just a passive tube. It's an active participant in how you think, feel, and behave. Here's the practical upshot of all this. The things we already know are good for gut health: dietary fiber, fermented foods, sleep, reduced processed food, managing chronic stress, aren't just good for digestion. They're inputs to your second brain. And the gut-brain axis works both ways. Chronic psychological stress damages the gut lining. Poor gut health amplifies anxiety. They feed each other, for better or worse. We tend to treat the mind and the body as separate systems with separate problems. The gut-brain axis is one of the clearest pieces of evidence that they never were. Your gut has been talking to your brain your entire life. The question is whether you're paying attention to what it's saying. If this changed how you think about your body or raised more questions than it answered, drop them in the comments. And if you know someone who's been told their anxiety or mood issues are all in their head, share this with them. Because, as it turns out, a lot of it is in their gut. Like, if you want more science that actually changes how you see yourself, subscribe, because we're just getting started.